Oh shit, there it is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, squids and squidlets of all ages. Welcome to the next episode. We don't even have a number anymore. We're just doing the next episode of the Jess and Corey show.
It's only number 3.
Conversations with a squid. I don't care how many. I'm just going to lose track because you know what? We're going to do a million of them.
That's true.
For sure. All righty. So shall we get down to it? I mean, how was your day? How was your morning? What did you do today?
It's been good so far. We woke up, had some coffee.
I did wake up.
We did wake up.
Thank you, Jesus.
And then did some studying.
A little bit.
And then we went for a hike.
Oh my gosh, that coffee though. Life is just different with coffee, you know.
That is true.
Something about it just changes the whole perspective of life. It makes you a better person. I think it gives us superpowers.
You think so?
I think it does. I'm pretty sure I get more chest hair every time I drink it.
It is pretty.
My muscles definitely get bigger. I know that.
For sure. Anyways, we went for a hike and sat in a sauna, and then here we are.
So good, going out and walking through the woods, getting a little fresh air, getting our blood pumping, heart pumping, walk the dogs a little bit, get them juiced up, or at least cooled off. I don't know. I mean, spent is the word. We get them excited and then we crash them. Yeah. And then give them a steak for breakfast and then they just crash. Boom. Guess what? We win.
We're good parents.
It's nap time. Mm-hmm. Nice. How
was your day so far?
My day has been wonderful. Woke up this morning and I did my meditation, which was lovely. I watched my mind movie 2 or 3 times. I'm starting to get to the point where I can actually like memorize the words to the song during the section, you know, like because I have to manually like skip to the next picture.
Should you tell the kids what you're talking about?
The mind movie, maybe another day. We'll talk about mind movies another day and all of the grits and bits.
You're not wanting to share the secrets yet?
Well, we'll get there. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
It's part of the program, though.
It is part of our program.
Yeah. Our total life challenge or transformation. It's not even a challenge.
It's coaching.
Yeah. But after my mind movie, I made coffee, put the dishes away, and then I went outside and sat in the sun and put my feet in the grass, grounded a little bit, and read a book. And it's actually really cool. I really enjoy that book. What's the name of it? I
don't know what it's called.
That's a bummer. But it's all about how the connection between your thoughts and the way your brain works or how your genes are expressed can be scientifically proven. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. So the ability to be able to control your thoughts or be able to control your emotions can actually help the quality and the expression of not even just your DNA, the genes, and the proteins that are all contributing, right, to make your brain and make the quality of each cell as it's splitting and creating new cells, right? So like it's not even just about how well your body can reproduce cells on a daily basis. It's all about the ability to be able to express genes, right? And the neurological pathways that are that are
created
and destroyed in the process of changing your mindset and being able to recognize the patterns, which is pretty crazy. It's a fantastic book. I'll definitely have the name and author next time we come on, because that's spectacular. And not to mention, she has a verse, a Bible verse for almost every section. So each part of the book goes over a new verse, or with all of the scientific, research that she has a Bible verse that correlates.
Yeah. Which is insane.
Fan-friggin-tastic. That's amazing. So cool. I've never been a very religious man up until the past couple of days. But it's so intriguing. It's so insightful. It's so like engulfing emotionally. To be able to go over these verses or go over the scientific research that correlates, and then to be able to translate it to your everyday life is just, it's so cool.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah. I mean, it's how you change your life, how you view the world around you, your perception, and then the thoughts behind them are the, I guess, keys to unlock and express your genes. Literally.
It's wild.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then after that, we went on our walk and did a sauna. The sauna was really hot today.
It was hot. That was a mind challenge.
We let that heat up for a while, so it got cozy before we even got in there. And yeah, that was intense. It was over 180. It was up there.
I think we made it like 25 minutes.
It was something like that. We made it a decent while, but I mean, once, because we were trying to listen to a book while we were sitting there, and I liked it. It's Alan was it Alan Price or Weston Price? Physical and neurological degeneration. But it was hard to concentrate and keep yourself calm at the same time when the air is so hot it burns your nostrils when you breathe in.
How do we breathe? Listen to what's going on, keep our heart rate down, not have a panic attack in this hot room.
I wasn't too worried about a panic attack.
I get weird.
Yeah. It gets to you. The heat can get to you pretty easy.
Yeah. And I'm not very hot usually. So when I do get hot, I don't know how to deal with it. So yeah. And I pass out from the heat when I do get hot. So then I'm always like in the back of my mind, like, hopefully we don't pass out this time.
Oh, frick, dude. I run hot, so I'm kind of already in that mode most of the time. So you're just sitting there. But the worst would be like sweating to death.
Which I think you probably could do.
Drenched, but I could fill bathtubs. It's wild. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
So last week we were going a little bit over our coaches and how exciting it is to be able to have coaches. I think we had determined today we're going over the differences between having a coach and not having a coach. Now, I haven't gone through a competition or bodybuilding very long without a coach, or ever without a coach. So you're kind of the only one
who's done both,
that has the other side of it, right? Somebody dying over here?
No.
My gosh, just dead. So what do you think? I mean, as far as having a coach, do you think having a coach this year has made it a lot easier?
It's definitely changed the game for sure. I would say it's easier in some ways and harder in some ways. I mean, it's nice to have someone to rely on and know that if I ask her a question, she's going to answer. And I know that her plan is good and working. And I will have her at the shows, which is really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to not, where I was just kind of doing it on my own,
willy-nilly.
Kind of just hoping I was making the right choices. And basically I just ended up starving myself because I didn't know what else to do.
I think she's stuck in the bathroom or something.
Anyways, so yeah, I would say having a coach has definitely been way better than not. I wish I would have gotten a coach sooner, but that's not how I did it. So. All right, welcome back.
I don't know what her deal was, but towel.
A cat.
Towel.
I was just saying how I don't know how I even had no coach before.
Oh, yeah. So you can see the difference now, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have been such a pansy about finding
a
coach.
So you didn't get a coach because you were scared to have a coach?
Yeah.
Explain that to me, because in my head, going through the competition and going through all of this self-torture seems easier with a coach. And in my head, it would be less of a struggle with somebody teaching you how to do it.
I definitely agree. Oh my land of Goshen.
What? Why would you be afraid of
coach? So the fear of like having to reach out to a coach and like do the whole introduction and like, hey, I need your help, plus I'm gonna have to pay you, was worse to me than trying to figure it out on my own.
It just seems so backwards in my head. Like that seems so much more work to try and figure it out on your own if you've never done it before. Like if you've never done this thing, then how is doing it on your own easier of a thought process than finding somebody that actually has done it or has the experience?
Well, I've done that before. So during Ironman training, I didn't have a coach.
Yeah, it's not Ironman, dude.
Well, sure, but I got my plan from a book and I just did the plan that the book said religiously and competed. I didn't need someone, so I knew I could do it because I've done it before.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you've done that kind of mode of operations before, I'm guessing. I mean, either way, that self-determination and that like confidence in yourself is extremely powerful. That's commendable for sure.
Well, I'm way more of a independent person than you are.
Yeah, in some ways. We'll say that. But at the same time, it's I just, the experience for me and the knowledge is priceless, you know, to be able
I'm not saying I did it the right way. I should have had a coach.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I just didn't.
Yeah. And now, are you ever going to do it on your own again?
I don't think so.
No.
I see the value in it.
Yeah.
And just knowing that I have to, well, my every decision that I make is altered by whether I'm going to have to tell my coach about this or or not. So there's like that accountability.
That's rough.
But also knowing that I can go to opposing practice and she'll give me all the knowledge she has. That's like priceless to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's going to stand there next to you when it's time, or be able to tell you how to eat or how to drink, or be basically your parent for the competition, and just point at things.
Takes the guessing out of it.
Yeah. Because really there is a lot. There's so much like detail oriented tasks to do on the day of, not even just like beforehand, because peak week is just insane. And then after, before that, it's just constant prep for at least, we do it for 4 months, 5 months beforehand.
Is that 18 weeks, so whatever that is?
That's
or 20. No, I was at 24.
Just over. Oh, so then that's 6 months.
Yeah, that's when I reached out finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I can't put this off any longer. I have to just suck up my pride and reach out.
Yeah.
I was really scared to reach out. But
well, you did reach out to the best coach in Spokane for women's competition. So, I could see how that would be intimidating, but at the same time, like you're getting the best.
Yeah. Well, and I'm kind of at this point where I want to be at the next level.
You don't get a choice.
And in order to do that, I kind of need to try a little harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about you? Because you have had a coach this entire time.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's life-changing for real. I've had like sports coaches and whatnot. I've had coaches for a long time because I've always been a sports or like a team sport player. I started with baseball and went to football and soccer and then cheerleading, so it's like co-ed and you've got all of these peeps, but even then you still have a head coach, you've got an assistant coach or whatever it is, or like multiple coaches, to where it's like, okay, this coach is all about your dance routine, this coach is all about your tumbling routine, and this coach is all about like just your stunts or whatever, so it goes multiple layers. But then to have a bodybuilding coach and to get into weightlifting, I had spent a few years without having that role model, without having that, like, I guess, motivation, from somebody with experience and somebody with like that knowledge. And it's powerful. It's so powerful to have somebody that has the experience of the proof, experience with proof, or be able to have gone through the situation, not just like I've read it out of a book, or I know this is I've read this before, or whatever it is, having gone through it. The proof is in the pudding. So I think that's priceless for sure. And to have gone through it with my coach the first time, I don't know how I would have been able to I don't know what else I would have done, because for one, like you were saying, having to tell your coach things and be 100% honest with your life about this person, like every little nook and cranny. How are you sleeping? How many times a week do you have sex? Or how, like,
does he ask you that?
No, but it is a part of cardio. So it is kind of important, but at the same.
Now I'm blushing.
Oh yeah, sure. I think that's just from the sauna. I think we just burnt ourselves.
That's it.
But every nook and cranny, like if if you've got a diet and you're paying somebody for this routine or for this these specific results on this specific day, if you're not being 100% honest with yourself and you're actually like putting in the effort to get there, you're wasting his time.
Yeah.
And you're wasting your money, not to mention your time, right? Because your time is the most valuable, right? Because that's your only real commodity in life is your time. But then to be wasting his because your lack of efforts is excruciating, right? Because if you don't tell him that you're doing this thing, or you had a sneaky snack, or you missed a couple of days or whatever it was, then he has no idea why or where the problem is coming from, to be able to manipulate your body to be able to look good on stage on a specific day, because there's timeline. There's 100% a timeline. And if you don't have your shit together by that day, then you missed it. I mean, granted, you can be as determined or as intense as you want to be, right? But why are you doing it is what it really comes down to. Are you doing it just for funsies and to get up on stage and like be more confident in your skin, because that's a huge part of it too.
That's why I did the first one.
Yeah. And
I wasn't trying to win.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like the trophies or whatnot at the beginning. I think for anybody, I don't think anybody just gets into bodybuilding just to go straight for trophies. That's a little bit materialistic or egotistical, but it's benefit. It's a part of the sport, which is kind of hard, because so you have to be able to separate yourself from that. You have to be able to step back and ask yourself, why are you doing this sport, or why are you getting up on stage, and what are the real reasons, because just like anything with life, you kind of have to know your why, because if it's up in the air, if it's just a jumbled mess of emotion, then that's what you're going to get out of it. That's the result that you're going to get, is this jumbled mesh of nothing, so
you could even say, like, why do you have a coach? That's just as much of a drive as anything.
For me personally, I have a coach because I think it's motivating for me in life in general, not even just for like working out or being able to step on stage and look good and be able to compete. It's for the everyday conversations, it's for the accountability, it's for the friendship and the camaraderie, it's for that brotherhood, because it's just as much of a father figure as your father, because you have to be just as honest, if not more. Like you don't have to tell your dad what you ate for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And you don't have to tell him all of the supplements that you're taking on a daily basis. Like, okay, are you taking your multivitamin? Are you taking your B vitamins? Are you taking your protein and aminos? And it's like, yes, Dad. But for real though, like it's so much more intricate with your life. It's so much more I guess involved. It's hard not to build a serious relationship, but it's motivating. And I think everybody needs a coach, no matter what it is, no matter where you're going or what skill you're after. I think having a coach or a mentor it's priceless.
I would agree. Can't imagine not having a coach from now on.
Yeah, for sure.
So is this where we shameless plug our coaching?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like don't worry, we have coaching available. Jess and
we
Corey
see the
show.
value in coaching.
I mean, we see the value for sure, and we are trying to attract our tribe, right? As far as our coaching goes. And so we have to attract the people that like us, you know.
But now I can have a better appreciation for having a coach.
Yeah. Yeah. And it definitely makes it easier to be able to pick out the people that are going to be more appreciative or be able to put the time in and the work that will do the work on their own, because not everybody will. And that's fine. That's how it goes. Not everybody is willing to put in the work for 6 days a week and doing their cardio and the discipline to be able to eat their meals every day and hit their macros, whatever it is, but there's 8 billion people out there. So we just got to find the ones that are like us.
Yeah,
they're coming like a herd of antelope.
Or snails.
In numbers.
Feels like snails.
In numbers.
Anyways, so I think that's it. I think the majority rules that we need a coach. Coaches are good.
Coaches are good. And like we said, for about anything and everything, I think it's invaluable. It's priceless.
For sure.
For sure.
All right, you have to go to the gym now.
Okay.
You have to go see your coach.
Yeah, it's time for me to go see my coach and get my ass kicked.
Good luck with that.
I think it's leg day today. Yeah. Yeah, that's about as much excitement as I have going into it. But after you're done, like after you leave leg day, you're a brand new man.
Crippled
for sure, but brand new. And you know what? You got a respect for life. You got a love of life that you will never know until you've gone through a serious leg day.
That's true.
Yeah, we've had those. We've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the Jess and Corey show today, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Corey.
I'm Jess.
Thank you for joining Squids and Squidlets, Conversations with the Squid. Until next time, love you, bye.